The regular Eveleth City Council meeting scheduled for 5 p.m. December 12th will now come to order. Roll call.
Councillor Hogue.
Here.
Councillor Coivinon.
Here.
Councillor Lillis.
Here.
Councillor Hadrava.
Here.
Mayor Vysalovich.
Here. Item C, approval of City Council workshop meeting October 17th. Minutes of City Council meeting October 17th. And minutes of special City Council meeting November 8th. No one has any questions or changes? Can I call for a motion that we approve these minutes?
So moved.
Motion made by Hogue. Do I have a support?
Support.
Support by Drava. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item D, approval of tonight's agenda. I would like to add 2 items under new business. Number 9, tobacco licenses, and number 10, a retirement notice from a city employee. Does anybody else have any additions or changes to that? If not, I'll call for a motion that we approve the agenda tonight with these changes.
So moved.
Motion made by Lillis. Do I have a support?
Support.
Support. Support by Coivinon. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We have no appointments or presentations tonight. No one from the audience. Comment. Consent agenda. Approval of payroll November 1st through the 15th. Approval of payroll November 16th through the 30th. Approval of claims November 2017. Request from Rebecca Wentworth Lemanger to carry over vacation. And letters from the Northeast Regional EMS Group and Iron Range Labor Assembly. Anybody have any questions on the consent agenda? I don't know what's going on with these 2 letters. I think they went to the wrong place because they're talking about somebody privatizing an ambulance and losing jobs. Sounds like they're getting a lot of fake news where they're at. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe we should ask them if these letters should have went somewhere else instead of here.
And I'm thinking along the same lines, you know, there's 2 different, obviously 2 different authors and 2 different ways that their positions were taken. I guess the Iron Range Labor Assembly, I guess understand that they're concerned or were concerned about the position that we were taking with regard to the management contract with North. The second one by the EMS group, I guess I found that one to be a little less than objective. I think that the person that signed his name to that particular document has significant ties to the ambulance service and consequently is not very objective. And personally, I found it somewhat offensive that an individual that's making a point should use language that is insulting to a sitting city council. You know, we had the perfect right to do what we did, and as things have transpired over a period of time, we seem to be getting the results that we were hoping to get. And for folks that are not even from the city of Eveleth to comment in such fashion, I guess I would find that absurd.
It's, I don't know what's going on here. No one talked any time about privatizing. Don't they read what's there? Because I heard there's somebody flapping their trap on Facebook. I don't have a Facebook account. To the north of us, he's going crazy from what I heard. This individual, so I don't know. Maybe he should slow down and take some time off.
And I guess I have been getting quite a bit of feedback in that respect too, and I guess I would question where the Virginia City Council sits with all this. You know, are they condoning their fire chief to go out in the community and take pot shots at a city council and a business that is situated out at the airport? You know, I would question whether or not they're aware of it. You know, if I took this very same tact and did the very same thing when I was police chief, I would suspect that my city council would have fired me. So I don't understand where that fire chief is coming from. He has no business doing what he's doing. He has no business whatsoever. We have every right to do what we have been elected to do, and we are doing so appropriately. To make comments in the public that would tend to put a dark cloud over our decision-making process certainly isn't appropriate. So I really wonder where the city council of the city of Virginia is with that issue.
Well, they even tried to get the legislator to hold up an airport grant, but, I mean, it was amusing is what it was, because they're stuck with half of it if they stop the grant. That's why I didn't care. I said, I don't care if you take it or not. For what North put out that airport, $3.5 million? They're talking about 70 grand? I don't know. Then they were arguing with me. I said, we don't want it. They said, oh, we're taking it. All of a sudden, things changed. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing over there. If they're worried about jobs, I think they better start looking internally ways to improve how they do things. Because there's no jobs affected by what we're doing.
Absolutely not.
Might be more opportunity. But we wasted enough time on this. I still think them letters went to the wrong place. But item H, no public hearings. No unfinished business under new business. J1. Consider authorizing the Director of Public Works to purchase 1 or 2 root blowers for the wastewater treatment plant. Well, Jerry, what does it look like? You got 2 that should be replaced?
Yes, we have 3 blowers down there, and they're crucial to the operation of the wastewater plant. We have 1, sometimes 2 running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And when those go down, it's critical to get something in there. So we had a representative come in and check both of our blowers. We have 1 running now, and we do have a backup for the time being. But he took them apart and said they weren't feasible to fix, and they're about $7,300 a piece.
So we should have 2.
Yeah, you have that area online all the time.
Okay. Well, I guess there ain't much to talk about there.
Can you take 2 of them and make 1 of them for a spare? Or are they both shot? I mean, I know we need the 2 new ones, but if we have to replace them, can we?
Yeah, what he was saying is they're so damaged internally that neither one of them, you couldn't get any parts on. And even the housing has a bunch of cracks in it and chips. The shafts are shot.
We gotta have them. Well,
I'll make that motion.
okay, Brad. So we purchased the 2 blowers. We have a support.
I'll support.
Support by Hoag. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Excuse me, Mayor, we did not vote on the agenda.
Oh, didn't we? Oh, okay. Consent agenda. I call for a motion that we approve it.
So moved.
Motion made by Koivunen. Do I have support?
Support.
Support by Hadrava. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Oh, we got a little carried away on that. Item 2, consider authorizing city staff to post internally and externally if necessary, fill vacancy created by pending retirement of operator maintenance worker. Anybody have any questions for Jerry? If not, call for a motion that we approve the request from Public Works Director.
I'll make that motion where we accept it.
Motion made by Drava. Do I have a support? Support by Hoag. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 3, resolution accepting feasibility study report and calling for a public hearing for 2018 alley improvement projects. No one has any questions for Jerry and Rod? Call for a motion that we approve this resolution.
Also move.
Motion made by Koivunen. Do we have a support?
Support.
Support by Lillis. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. J4 liquor licenses for 2018. And I think we'll do it like we usually do. We'll approve the licenses and depending on payment of property tax and utility bills. I think that's what we worded it, Jackie.
Yes, please.
Anybody else have any questions or additions or anything?
I'm just gonna abstain on two of them.
Oh, okay.
On the, on sale, off sale for Margie's Roosevelt, and then I'm gonna abstain from Margie's Liquor Store.
Anybody else have any comments or questions? I'll call for a motion that we approve the liquor licenses with those two stipulations.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Drava, do I have a support?
Support.
Support by Hoag, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Animal contract between the city of Eveleth and Contented Critters. How's that been working out, Tim? Pretty good?
Mayor and Council, yes, this is a contract is similar to the ones we've had in the years past. They also do have the appropriate liability. I believe it's $2 million. It's been working out very well.
No one has any questions? Call for a motion that we approve the contract between the Contented Critters and the city of Eveleth.
So moved.
Motion made by Lillis, do I have a support?
Support.
Support by Drava, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item number 6, Emergency Operations Plans Project Service Agreement between the City of Eveleth, Vale Township, and Andreessen Consulting. Tim, you want to give us a little rundown what exactly this is?
Mayor and Council, we were approached along with the northern part, East Range area cities, Mountain Iron, Virginia, Gilbert, East Range Police Department, Aurora, White Lakes, establishing the emergency operation plan. We have kind of one that's been on the books for many, many years, and it's I don't think it meets the needs of what they're looking today for an emergency operation plan. There is a consulting firm that has approached all the area cities to develop one consistent among all the cities that aligns with St. Louis County's emergency operation plan. As we were discussing this, the cost would be $5,000 per city, and this would be done over the course of the next year. They would be getting information from the various cities. Because we are so close and with Vale Township, it was discussed that we could do a combined emergency operation plan at a reduced rate of $3,000 a piece, or $6,000 versus a $5,000. So I think a lot of the information in that plan would be repetitive, and especially since we're combining with law enforcement services, we would be contacted a lot within this plan. So it would be my suggestion to make an agreement with the consulting firm to make an emergency operations plan with Vale Township.
That was a pretty good move. Saved a few bucks for Vale and Eveleth. I suppose that's because of our working relationship the last number of years.
Yeah. And Vale has already approved that agreement at their last meeting.
Anybody have any questions or?
Just one comment, Mayor, this is a very important document to have drafted, and I concur with Chief wholeheartedly that we should have a consistent document with our regional partners. As you said, we've had an emergency operations plan in place, if you want to call it that, but certainly very much outdated. So that's about the only comment I have.
I suppose this enhances communication, everything else, Tim, between the agencies?
Yes, and being consistent, all with the similar operation plans, it would make things a lot easier in a case, unfortunate of an emergency. So, yes.
Anybody have any questions at all? If not, then I'll call for a motion that we approve this plan. Motion made by Hoag. Do I have a support?
I'll support it.
Support by Drava. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item number 7, resolution accepting canine donations. They're still rolling in. We have a donation from Randy and Renee Christensen and the Peace United Methodist Church. Very nice, every time. Call for a motion that we accept a resolution accepting these donations.
So moved.
It's made by Lillis. Do I have support?
I'll support.
Support by Hoag. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item number 8, proposals from Andreessen Sound Company Incorporated for key card access systems at the City Hall, Police Department, Fire Hall, Library, Auditorium, City Garage, and main gates. This is what we've been talking about, Jackie, here?
Yes.
This would be everything? Get rid of the keys, kind of?
Well, I requested at City Hall that the key remain as a backup.
Oh, okay.
At least one entrance, right?
Huh?
At least one extra entrance?
Yes.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions? I know, we're getting into the technology here, but you know what happens with keys.
I guess I would be a little bit concerned about the proposal to do the city garage main gate and the necessity for that kind of money. I don't know, Jerry, do you have any opinions in that regard?
It's mainly to see who's coming and going and getting rid of some of our keys. We can keep track more what's going on.
If the system,
that's the main-
if the system fails, do you have a way to get in?
I have
Because
not discussed.
I've worked with a lot of the
I don't-
systems and they do fail. And at 3 o'clock in the morning in a blizzard, when you're trying to get in there, it's gonna be down and you ain't gonna get in, so you better have a backup
And
plan.
I'm not sure if a backup plan came with that or not.
I know with regard to the police department, when we had that installed, we had key backups.
Yes. I agree.
And we'd have to check on that and make sure they could do that.
You want to, are we gonna, we have to prove this right now, or can we get the quote for key
If-
backup?
Well, if you choose, we can put this on the next agenda, because remember, we have to meet one more time,
Yeah.
okay? Next week for you to set the levy, and I can go back and ask some more questions. I don't think that's a problem to hold it off for a week.
Okay, why don't we table this till the next meeting then, and we can see, like you say, concerns, like you say, key backup, especially if we're down there.
Right.
Because if you get an alarm at the wastewater plant and things like that. Okay, item number 9, tobacco leases for 2018. Anybody have any questions? Or like leases, licenses, I'm really getting mixed up. Anybody have any questions? If not, I'll call for a motion that we approve these. Motion made by Hoag. You have support?
Support.
Support by Drava. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 10, notice of retirement from John Rousey, dated November 27th. He plans to retire in 45 days. Call for a motion that we accept John's retirement notice.
I'll make the motion that we accept it with a letter of appreciation from the city for all his years of hard work. He's been
Yeah,
a
he worked a
fixture
lot of
here
years.
for, I don't know if it's been 40 years or,
Is she still gonna
Very
stay on
long
the other
time.
one?
it's been a very
I
long time
think so.
between our ambulance and our city crew and everything else he's done, working at the hip and everything else, so
I think he's still gonna be active with the ambulance.
he probably still will.
That's
be.
what I
It's
understand,
still-
yeah.
He's done a lot for our city, so.
I'll support that, and I'll miss him in a Bobcat.
Getting out while the getting's good, he's thinking.
Yeah.
For all the snowstorms. You made the motion, Brad?
Yes.
Joe, you're supporting
Yes.
it? Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Anybody have any committee reports? Or I know, Brian, you might have one? Committee report?
Yes, Mayor, the EMS committee met this afternoon. We discussed now the direction the Eveleth Ambulance Service is taking since the last time we met in October. There has been quite a bit of movement in addressing some of the goals that we had set at the meeting we had with EMS, so I'm quite pleased with that. And in general, I think I'm quite pleased with the way things are proceeding with regard to you know, them having an opportunity to actively manage and at the same time take a look at the operations and come back to the full council with some suggestions and so forth. So within the next month and a half or thereabouts, we're going to have to consider some of the things or some of the findings that or recommendations that these folks are making, and make some determinations on where we're going in the future with the ambulance service. So long story short, very pleased with the direction this issue is taking at the moment.
Well, that's good. You know, it's always good to get some different views on that, and it lets you sit back and take everything into perspective. You know, you get narrow vision when you're only looking at it one way. Get somebody from the outside
Correct.
stepping in. Well, that's good. I'm glad the meeting was good. You got some benefit out of that.
I think it's definitely going the direction that I would like to see it go.
Well, that's good. Anyone else? Any committee? Ryan?
No committee reports, but I want to thank Steph and Chris Mackey for putting on Christmas or the Mayor's Ball. Fantastic job, and there are a lot of people that say they're going to come next year that weren't there this year. So maybe we have to set up, get you some help, get a committee going. So if anyone in the community wants to help out, be more than welcome. We'll take their help.
No, it's I see no takeaways at all from that event, and people really enjoyed it. And I didn't realize as many people in Eveleth like to dress up, but they said have something formal to do or go to.
Yeah,
And the weather was the best it could be for that night.
yeah.
You know, nice dry, in the high 30s, low 40s. So it was meant to be when all those conditions were right.
Yeah, that was a very classy event. And I enjoyed it thoroughly with all the folks that
That band
were
is
in
excellent.
attendance, having an
Oh, yeah.
opportunity to
I don't know how
speak.
you phone that band.
Yep,
You know, it's 4th of July is usually when you get a chance to mingle with everybody. Now this gives you another opportunity to socialize with everybody in town that you don't see on a regular basis. It's really good.
and this is something that we really haven't had
No.
in
that's
my
right.
tenure with the city of Eveleth. You know, it's been 35 years and certainly something novel. So hopefully we can continue to do that as the years roll on here.
You used to get a few things when the Holiday Inn was open. You know, there's some events up there, but ever since that thing went away, there's been nothing. And I heard they had a concert there last Saturday, and I heard it was packed. When I got just packed, and are just raving about it, how good it was. People are liking it, the stuff that goes on there, so it looks like our investment is paying off for the community. Joe, you got anything, any committee reports or anything?
We had curling. There was a lot of world-class curling over the past week and up at the Rock. A lot of Team USA was up there, men's and women's. Phil Drobnik and the crew up there do an excellent job. I mean, it was just lots and lots of people. So my hat's off to them, and that's really about all I got.
Brian, you got anything else to add, or?
No, sir.
Okay. Bradley?
Well, I'd just like to mimic what Councilor had said here about our auditorium. For one, start with thanking Brian Hogue from 7 years ago when I ran for office. It was your idea to try to push us through and renovate this place, and this council did the foresight of investigating and seeing if it was worth doing, and obviously we've progressed, and it hasn't cost us hardly anything, and it's a beautiful place. And yes, the Mayor's Ball was excellent, and the city hall crew did an excellent excellent, excellent job again, and everybody I've talked to has said you've done an excellent, excellent job. So thank you all. It was a good idea, Counselor. The community loves it, and we're doing a good job with it, and I think we just keep pushing forward with that idea. On the other hand, I would like to mimic a little bit about Counselor Willis's distaste for our letters that we've been getting, and again, I'll repeat, we have not lost a job, and more than likely we're still hiring if there's applicants out there. I do not understand where these people think we're losing jobs on this ambulance and this EMS system. We have not lost a job yet, and we are progressing and going forward with this system, and hopefully everybody will see the future and go with us. So that's about all I have to say, Mayor.
As a matter of fact, we just hired 2 EMS employees.
I was just gonna say that, the last meeting, I think we approved. You know, when it's like the sky is falling, Chicken Little, they're running around crazy. Time to get realistic and understand what the environment is. There's no going backwards, there's just going forward. Well, I really don't have much else to say. Tim, you have anything to bring up?
No, Mayor.
Jerry, anything else?
Did want to just mention, I hope everyone's had a chance to go down past Northside Park and see the Christmas lights. Park Commission puts a lot of time into that.
Oh, yeah, they were. They
Yeah,
really look good.
Every year we get a few more decorations. It's starting to look good. It's not Bentleyville, but it is pretty nice. So, it really looks nice besides the Christmas lights on the main street. So. And then also our sliding hill is open for business now that we got a little snow, and the shack is open, the warming shed is had built, so you can stay in there and warm up and watch the kids slide.
How's the lighting situation down there? Is there any lights around the substation?
The substation. Oh, they have a lot of lights on the substation.
Oh, so that's area is lit up pretty good then?
That area is lit up, and we also have 2 lights on side of the hill.
Oh,
They
okay.
come on and go off.
Are they both on? No.
They should be. We went to check here, that bottom one wasn't coming on, but I think there was something wrong with the timer.
Oh,
I think we got that worked out.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Minnesota Power usually lights those things up, so they have a lot of light down in that area.
Yeah.
That's good. Rod, you got anything to add?
No, not tonight, unless you have any questions.
Anybody else have any questions for Rod? If not, Jackie, you have anything?
No, I don't, thanks.
Joel?
No, we don't.
Steph, you got anything more? Since we have no one in the audience, I guess I will adjourn the meeting.